Thank you, Mr. Chairman, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. To give a table topic speech is often challenging and nerve-wracking. Why? When you are introduced on the stage as a table topic speaker and the topic is given to you, you have to speak immediately. The clock starts. But often this is not the case. We are not able to speak. I remember my first day in Toastmasters when I could not speak a word. I don't know what to speak at the time, I didn't know. And because of this situation, over a period of time, I referred to so many manuals and finally developed what I call as a framework that will help us to give table topic speeches. A framework is nothing but a sort of a frame where any thoughts can be put into that frame that gives a logical representation. I also call it as a prefabricated thinking process for you. Now, how does it go? You open my first table. The first one, past, present, future. If you are given a topic, then you dissect it and talk from that angle. How it was in the past, how it is now, and how it is going to be in future. That strategy might apply for a subject that has evolved over time. Example, transport. If somebody asks you how the mode of transport has evolved, you can talk how it was in the past. They're all going bullock carts, and then the train, and then the aeroplane. So you get a line of thoughts there for you to speak on that subject. So that is one strategy, past, present, and future. If the subject is an issue, then you can use the second framework, why, what, how. Why the problem is happening, how it can be solved, what needs to be done. So automatically this framework will guide you how to think and say something on the spot for the subject that is given to you as a table topic speaker. I'm going to give you the handout also, there is no need for you to write it down. So if I just come down, if it is something like a debate, then for, against, and summary. In a debate, you can speak for or speak against, and then you summarize. That's one strategy you can use. Or you simply state your point of view and give 3 reasons. So that is another style. So these are some of the techniques that you can use in giving a table topic speech. Having learned the techniques now, you should apply it. And the best strategy is to take part in table topic speech segments, and more importantly, take part in competitions. And if you go into the competitions, that's another ball of game, because you need to understand what are the criteria on which the judges will be judging your speech. First, speech development carries 30 marks. This is where you must give a solid introduction, body, conclusion, and how you have organized your ideas and how smoothly they flow on. 30 marks. Second, effectiveness. How effective it was. Was your point reasonable to the audience? Were they really buying your idea? How effective it was. Thirdly, physical. Were you looking confident? Were you using gestures? Were you making eye contact? Physical appearance, 15 marks. Voice, flexibility. When there are emotions, you can reduce the volume. When there are some exciting points, then you can increase the volume. So those kind of modulations will give drama effect to your speech and makes the audience to have rapt attention with your speech. Language, very important. You can't afford to make grammar mistakes. And the choice of words that you use will also have a good impact on the judges. 15 marks, altogether 100 marks. Now with this framework, we can all start participating in speech competitions, in table topic speech competitions. Now for example, using one other framework, past, present, and future, if somebody asks me to talk about lawn mowing, and if I were to apply framework number 1, past, present, and future, I can say, in the past, I never liked lawn mowing. When I say I don't like, I'm putting some expression on my face to show my disgust because it makes me work hard because my wife asked me to do it. And then, but now, I engage a person. I'm showing happiness in the face. I engage a person. I pay him the fee. He does it for me. And I don't have to do it. In future, well, who cares? I just want to lie down on the grass and have a sip of beer, for soon my eyesight is not going to be sharp to see the difference anymore. You can introduce a slight gesture there, some sort of a humor at your own self-replication. So these are some of the thought processes that you get from these frameworks when you apply. Ladies and gentlemen, certainly the framework will help you, but theory and practice, they're always different. When the competition starts, you don't have the time to think about which framework to use. Absolutely no time. You have to stop immediately. But what will help you is to take part in those competitions and keep on trying. It's only by practice that you get some sort of a familiarity with this process. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, faith is the first step, even before knowing how the staircase looks. So, taking part in the competition is the first step. That concludes my small presentation on table topics. Now I will go into the table topic segment and throw my questions at random.